Something big just happened in Washington. John Bolton, Donald Trump's former national security advisor, longtime critic, and one of the most outspoken Republican hawks in recent memory, has just been indicted. Yes, you heard that right. The man who once stood in the Situation Room, advising the president on war and peace, now stands before a federal grand jury accused of mishandling classified information. And he's not alone. He's now the third major Trump critic to be indicted in recent weeks, following former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James. So what's going on here? Are these cases about justice or about vengeance? Is this the rule of law or the weaponization of it? Just days ago, headlines erupted across major networks. John Bolton indicted for mishandling classified information. According to a federal indictment unsealed in Maryland, Bolton faces 18 criminal counts, including 8 counts of unlawfully transmitting national defense information and 10 counts of unlawful retention. Prosecutors allege that Bolton kept over 1,000 pages of diary-style personal notes, containing classified details about covert U.S. operations, intelligence assessments, and foreign adversaries. They say he emailed these to family members through a personal account and even printed out sensitive documents to store at home. Bolton, of course, is fighting back. His legal team insists the entries were not classified and that the FBI had already known about them for years. His defense argues this case is not about security, but about silencing one of Trump's most powerful internal critics. And Bolton himself didn't hold back. Standing on the courthouse steps in Maryland, he declared, "This is nothing more than political retaliation. The same president who demanded loyalty now demands punishment." That's a heavy statement, and it hits even harder when you realize Bolton isn't the first to say it. In just the last month, 2 other Trump adversaries have faced criminal charges. First, James Comey, the former FBI director fired by Trump in 2017, was indicted in Virginia on charges of making false statements to Congress and obstructing a congressional proceeding. The alleged offense? That he lied in 2020 Senate testimony about leaks to the media. Comey has pleaded not guilty, calling the charges an abuse of power that makes a mockery of justice. His attorney pointed out that the case was brought by Lindsay Halligan, a newly appointed U.S. attorney and outspoken Trump loyalist with almost no prosecutorial background. Then came Letitia James, the New York Attorney General who famously led the civil fraud case against Trump and the Trump Organization. She now faces federal charges related to alleged mortgage document manipulation, a case that many legal experts say looks suspiciously thin. 3 separate indictments. 3 outspoken Trump critics. All in just a few weeks. Coincidence? Let's be honest, not likely. Critics of the administration call it the weaponization of the Justice Department. The idea that the nation's most powerful legal institution is being used as a political tool to punish enemies and protect allies. It's not a new accusation, but this time, it's coming with real consequences. After regaining the White House, Trump made sweeping changes inside the DOJ. His new Attorney General, Pam Bondi, announced something called the Weaponization Working Group, a team supposedly created to review past politically motivated prosecutions. But according to insiders, its real purpose is far more aggressive, to launch politically motivated prosecutions against Trump's rivals. And the results are starting to show. In public speeches and Truth Social posts, Trump has openly named the people he wants prosecuted, from James Comey to Adam Schiff to even former members of his own cabinet. And sure enough, the indictments have followed. This is where things start to look less like justice, and more like a purge. Now, some legal analysts say, hold on, not so fast. Bolton's indictment, they argue, does contain serious allegations. Handling classified information improperly is a real crime. Just look at other cases, from Hillary Clinton's email server to Trump's own classified documents trial in Florida. The problem, though, isn't whether the law exists, it's whether it's being applied fairly. If the Justice Department is only prosecuting people who criticize the president, that's not law enforcement, that's retaliation. And that's where this story becomes bigger than Bolton, or Comey, or Letitia James. This is about what happens when justice becomes partisan. Because if this becomes the new normal, every administration going after the last one's enemies, then we enter a cycle that never ends. A spiral of revenge where justice isn't blind, it's just wearing the wrong team colors. So what happens next? For Bolton, the road ahead is long. Classified information cases are notoriously complex. They involve secret evidence, redacted filings, and special security clearances for lawyers. Trials can take months, sometimes years. His defense team is expected to argue selective prosecution, that the DOJ ignored similar behavior from other officials but targeted Bolton for political reasons. That's a tough argument to prove in court, but it could resonate with the public. Meanwhile, Trump's allies are framing this as accountability finally coming home. They say the so-called deep state figures who tried to bring Trump down are now facing justice themselves. And that's the heart of the political divide. To Trump's base, this is righteous payback. To his critics, it's authoritarian retribution. The line between justice and vengeance has never looked thinner. Now, what's next on the horizon? If the pattern continues, analysts predict that other Trump critics could soon face legal heat. Senator Adam Schiff has already hinted that he expects to be targeted. Former Attorney General Bill Barr, another on-again, off-again Trump critic, could also be next. And behind closed doors, sources say federal prosecutors have been ordered to review all prior misconduct by political officials hostile to the administration. If true, that's not just alarming, that's unprecedented. Because once political prosecutions become normalized, every future president will have a green light to do the same. The broader question is this: can America's institutions withstand this test? The justice system is built on credibility, the belief that everyone is equal under the law. If that belief crumbles, if the courts become another political weapon, then the very foundation of democracy weakens. And while this might look like just another DC scandal, its ripple effects go global. Allies are watching. Adversaries are watching. They see a superpower tearing itself apart from the inside, distracted, divided, and consumed by internal warfare. That's not just bad optics, it's a strategic vulnerability. So as Bolton prepares for trial, and as more names enter the political crosshairs, one thing is clear. The battle between power and accountability is far from over. This isn't just about one man's diary, it's about the soul of American justice. Is this the dawn of accountability, or the twilight of impartial law? Time will tell. But history will remember. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps more people discover independent analysis like this. And we want to hear from you. Do you think these indictments are about justice or revenge? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read every one. This is Nation Watch World, bringing you the stories behind the power. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and we'll see you in the next one.